got a boyfriend.
You're joking.
Deliberately episodic, blooming by degrees, every day charts a 5-year vigil of prison visits and marking time. John Simm plays Ian, sent down for an unspecified crime. Shirley Henderson co-stars as Karen, raising the kids back home in Norfolk.
Kisses.
Whoa! I don't want to hear this.
It's true.
No, don't tell me this.
Henry, it's a rare example of the slow cinema movement, this film, in that it was shot over 5 years and you can visibly see the children ageing before our eyes. Did that give it a kind of authenticity?
Yeah, I think it did, and I think that's the delight of the film in a way. And in the same way that Tarantino turns everything up to 11, this really just puts it on a slow simmer, and it's a gradual development of a very slow story over time. And so you basically see this family going about their day-to-day routine with an absent father in prison, and you see him visiting them in prison, them visiting him in prison, and seeing the kind of joy that they get from those sporadic visits. And to me, it was really interesting in that way, in that you only ever see them when they're almost manically happy. Because when they're visiting Dad, all of these emotions that they've been storing up during the normal day-to-day life of going to school, etc., just pour out. And so we're really seeing the edited highlights of his time in prison. We're not seeing the day-to-day boredom of it, which seems to go against the title, but I think that was the kind of magic of it as well.
I love this a lot. I thought it was moving and beautifully played. But the one thing that I had with it was, like, why not then make a documentary? If what you're going for is slice of life following a family through 5 years where the father's in prison, why not actually just find a real family and shoot a documentary?
I don't know. I mean, I think perhaps you wouldn't have had the same control. I think what he wanted to do was to make a fiction feature which looked and felt and smelt real, and I think that's what he did. I think it's an excellent movie. I realise how many very cliched prison visit scenes I've seen in movies. I mean, the prison visit is something we think we know, you know, go between glass and not knowing you're supposed to pick up the phone.
Air of violence.
Yeah, the violence, so shush, keep your voice down. And it's so cliched, and yet what this film does very calmly and very intelligently, say, look, here's the real story, the build up to the prison visit and the build down, the outro of having to go back out and be frisked and patted down and putting the bib on, that
They're
sort of
incredibly
high-vis bib.
polite, aren't they?
Yeah.
Please, thank you, turn around.
But also with the air of, you know, the resentment in the faces of all those men. I thought it was terrifically good. I thought it was terrific to see John Simm, terrific actor. I don't see enough of him. And Shirley Henderson, an actor who I've seen on the screen 10 years, longer than 10 years. She doesn't seem to look any different to me. Great to see her back. This is great stuff. I felt like a kind of classic Ken Loach film or a Robert Guédiguian film. Great stuff, really great stuff.
Can you finish your visits, please? Thank you. Finish your visits, thanks.
You're Mr. Pickle. Mr. Tickle. Okay. Come here. Give us a hug. Look after your mum, yeah? Okay, you be a good boy. You be a good boy as well. Okay? Oh, that's a lovely hug.